Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is a couple of creators who are longtime friends here in the Tuber Chat family, and this is the G family. And so it's purely a variety channel, but they bring us on all kinds of adventures, a lot of times outdoors. Sometimes they're hanging out, giving us a chance to get to know them, or doing a product review indoors. They haven't done any streaming in a while, but they've done it many times before. So we'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. And then we'll see if they're going to post any more live streams. In the meantime, we look at the shorts. These bring pure variety as well, as most of our content creators in the Tuber Chat family do. These have gotten into now well over 2,000 views. One of them over 9,800, which is great to see. So thank you everybody for coming in. You'll notice the G family is sitting at 943 subscribers. So they are officially on the road towards the 1,000. That's a magical milestone in all of our YouTube journeys. I hope everybody will connect with them. We'd love to push them a little bit closer to that exciting milestone. The Gaming Ham, thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They just renewed their membership as well, so thank you for that. The Gaming Ham, if I understand right, you said you had a birthday yesterday, so happy belated birthday, and thank you for coming in today. And we'll do some introductions in a quick moment here. I've got the Gaming Ham on the wheel because they dropped that super chat. We changed up the way the wheel works quite a bit at the beginning of this month. So the directions or instructions or whatever we want to call it, procedure, is all listed in our video descriptions, of course. AceFlaw1, good to see you here. Buddha of Destiny, namaste, is a friend of about 3 years. Canadian Family Life from New Brunswick is here. Coastal Water is in the house. Controversial Cruising is here as well. Cool Gamer and Cruise Nuts, good to see you both. The Queen Before You Reacts, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I wonder if that is a queen that I already know of that I might have run into yesterday in another stream. If you don't mind letting me know, I wonder if that's a channel that we already know. And forgive me if I'm mistaken if you've been here before. Design with Emma, good to see you in the house. DJ's Family and Friends, Travels and More, along with Follow the Bradley's Fun, are both here. Henry Nelson's here all the time. I Bring It Every Day as Kelly. She's on every single day. I think she streams every single day. Jan Hines, good to have you in the house. Just Jason Keto and More, another fellow Canadian. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is here, as well as Kokomojo 13. Mr. Fulton Mraz has been a friend of over 4 years. And Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning is in the house. Fairbrick Studios, always early in the door. Rushing Wind Mountain is bringing us a lot of snow lately. I enjoyed that video. Scratch and Pete PA, our beloved and dedicated moderator, a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube. 10 the Sheep, Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, and the Gaming Ham, both in the house. Wayne's World Unlimited is here. Yarnworks and Crafts and More by Lydia, good to see you in the house. I know the chat rolls really fast, especially at the very beginning of the stream. It should settle down a little bit as we go on, but we expect to be here for about 3 hours. Tales Told in the Dark is a second channel from Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. Good to see you here. Cruise Nuts, I hope I said hello. And Feathered Connection Homestead, just please let me know if you're still in the chat. They had a couple of questions right before we started, and I wanted to wait until we got on here so that I could address those, because the information that you're asking is common, and I believe that the answers will be informative for those who haven't come across them yet. But again, thank you everybody for being here. There they are. There's Feathered Connections Homestead. So they asked a couple of questions. One of the ones was, the second question that they asked was about highlighting members. And I wonder if you mean because members' names come up green in the chat. That's an automatic thing from YouTube. I'm not sure if that's what you meant, or if you meant because I put them on the wheel and then the screen. Actually, everybody has the chance to be on the wheel and the screen, more so than what we've been doing for the last couple of years, because I did change up the way the wheel works now. So it's based solely on how active everybody is in the chat, conversating with one another, and I have a robot in the background that keeps track of that, regardless of moderator status or members. We don't have a lot of moderators here. We've got a core group of about 10 that are here all the time, and then another group of about 10 that have been friends with me since before Tuber Chat even started 3.5 years ago, and they continue to pop in whenever they can here and there. Our treasured home, good to see you in the house. Home bartending with John is here as well. The ones on the screen like G Family. So when for a long time when we started Tuber Chat, I was featuring channels in every stream. And there are different reasons why I might feature a channel, but the number one driver of that is because of the support that I see them give to others. So, of course, that comes down also to how often they're here, because they become more familiar. And over time, I get to know channels, get to know the creators behind the channels as well. The G Family has probably been with us for a couple of years. They make occasional appearances right now, but one of the things that we know, and I've been talking about it ever since we started Tuber Chat, is that it gets harder as our YouTube journey continues to support everybody as much as we all might like. When you start following 100 channels, 200, maybe 300, even more, it's almost impossible to catch every single thing that everybody does. Now, we all do as much as we can for each other, and as long as we do, we see channels growing, hitting different milestones, like the first 100, the first 500, the first 1,000, and things like that all the time. But it's wonderful because of the friendships that are made, that we can kind of look at each other and say, hey, I know we used to see each other more often, but we all wish each other well. And I hope that a year from now, we all give each other the head shake and like, hey, you know, we're doing well. Look at everybody go. We've got lots of channels now that have come through the Tuber Chat family that have long crossed 3,000 subscribers. That seems to be a telling marker. We've even got a few that have crossed 10,000. We've got channels of all sizes. Free Handling Mayday, you, good to see you in the house. Anthony J, good to have you here as well. Wayne's World Unlimited, thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, I put that channel on the wheel. He's done that countless times before. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Design with Emma is here. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody or saying hello to everyone. Butler Family Farm is here. I just watched a video from them a couple of hours ago that they put up. So they have 116 acres of farmland that they look after, but then as well, they've got, you know, backup systems all the time, like something to do. What do you do when you have no water, right? Things like that can happen to any of us. What do you do when there's a power outage? Thank goodness for a lot of our homesteading, farming, ranching, camping friends, because they bring us a lot of ideas that can help us when we think about preparedness, right? So this is an idea. But that was somewhat entertaining video. I've never used quite the machines they had to get in there specifically, but I understand how big of a job that work was. Lone Cowboy Adventures, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in, Jan Hines. I hope I said hello. The Gaming Ham, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. They did that already earlier today. They've done it countless times before. They're already on the wheel, but I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then the other questions that were being asked by Feathered Connection Homestead was about shorts and the idea of watch hours, because they're starting to swap playlists with other creators, and I'll talk about that more in a moment. Those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When it comes to shorts videos, in 99.9% of cases will not count towards your traditional watch hours when you're thinking about monetization. They qualify for monetization in a different way. If you get, I believe, 3 million views on your shorts in 90 days, instead of the 3,000 hours of watch time. That's another way in, as long as you got 500 subscribers. And then when we think about live streaming as well was the other question. When you co-stream, And that can be done with a couple of different platforms. Streamlabs and OBS, I believe, have that now. But StreamYard is the most popular among our community. I have used it many times. We used it in the beginning of TuberChat. I switched to Streamlabs a long time after. Just because it's got more customizability. But StreamYard has come a long way. So one of the features they added, I believe just in the past year, is the idea of co-streaming. And most of us have seen that, where you see a stream on somebody's channel, 2 or 3 or 4 or up to 9 or 10 different participants are on the screen. And it's possible to simulcast if the host decides to send that stream out to every single channel belonging to all of the panel members. And that is a wonderful thing, in my opinion, hopefully a lot of people's opinions, because it allows each person to gain watch hours on their own channel. So to be very clear and specific about that, you will only gain watch hours for people who are watching on your channel specifically. Now, typically we have people that will watch several channels at a time or streams at a time. Myself personally, when I'm out supporting everybody, if there's a simulcast and we've got, let's say, 4 creators together on a screen, I will watch one of them on one channel. I usually pick the channel that's got the fewest number of people in the chat, but I also try to mix up the love. So, for instance, we have I Am Betty J Gathers will be on with Warm Strong Adventures at times. Destination Fun and Shanster Travels are often together. Lots of our cruising friends are together, like the Mustard Drill, Cruising is Fun Anytime, and Eddie Lugo Studios do a morning show almost every day. All 3 of them are on, and every third day I hop into one of their streams. So I might be on Eddie Lugo's one day, I might be on the Mustard Drill another day, might be on Jeremy and Cheryl another day. And this kind of thing just happens to be what I do, but we also know that there's a lot of creators that will watch more than one channel with the same stream at the same time. The Stock Explorer, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hear myself screaming at the camera again. I never mean to do that. Don Yarndall, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. If anybody needs me to clarify any of the things that I have said, or if I am mistaken, just please let me know. The Gaming Ham's coming up right now, and the G Family is a featured channel. Most of the time that we've been running TuberChat, which is getting on 4 years now, but it's well beyond 3.5 years, we featured a different channel at the beginning of every stream. There have been hundreds upon hundreds of episodes where we've featured channels. There have been a couple hundred episodes where we haven't, because I do it for a while and then I stop for a little while. But we're back on it again, and the purpose of it is really to give us a channel to be introduced to, so we have somebody on the screen at the beginning of the stream, but somebody that I have enough of a story about because of either my friendship with them or what I've seen from their channel, so that you get an understanding of how supportive some people here in the TuberChat family are. We would like to say most people, but I just happen to, we can only feature one channel at the beginning of every stream. We do it, like I said, hundreds of times, but out of 5,000 subscribers, we haven't even done 10% of that yet. But that's just a way to introduce channels. Super Rainbow Queen, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. If I understood right, the Gaming Fam had the Gaming Ham had a birthday yesterday. And this creator just dropped a couple of super chats, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. Wayne's World Unlimited reminded me to stay hydrated. Yes, I've got 2 mugs going. I got to get another Tuber Chat mug happening because I've got, I have a case of them, but I have, or a small case, but I have always something hot and something cold at the same time. Rambling with the Brooms, good to see you in the house, Scott. Hopefully you're feeling okay. He's another beloved and dedicated moderator, happens to be a member, a fellow Canadian, and yes, stop yelling. I know, Anthony J. We all, most of us do it, I think, especially when we're in like fast-paced mode. Most of you know I speak like incredibly fast most of the time, and I tend to scream at the camera. I do it all the time, and I try to catch myself and not do it. The other thing too is I got a furnace behind me. I'm at my workplace right now, and when the furnace comes on, I find myself talking over it. Let me get my lights out of the way here. Chocolate Drop is in the house. Thank you for coming in. They have dropped a highlighted milestone message. Yes, they've been a member for over 6 months, and thank you for coming in. Yeah, this is, I was saying at the beginning of the stream, it gets harder to support everybody as much as we all might like. We're bouncing around in between everybody's premieres and live streams. We always want to support each other as much as we can, but I promise you, as long as everybody's doing as much as they can for each other, you'll hear in the stories that I tell here, everybody's doing just fine. Everybody's growing. Scrow's Nest, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And let's look at the Gaming Hams channel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. The Gaming Ham obviously is going to bring us a lot of gameplay videos. This creator just put out another video. I hadn't seen this latest one, so I'm going to put this into a special playlist I have. I call it my catch-up list. It's just for fun. It was named by our friend Ghostly Wins from Australia, but it's where I keep caught up with creators, and playlists can be a great tool for that kind of a thing. We see some 3D printing going on here, some talking head videos from the Gaming Ham. This creator as well happens to be somebody who is an enthusiast in the ham radio world, not to mention with gaming, and this therefore the name the Gaming Ham. They have got some live streams here as well, and this is where we find the gameplay more than anything else, and hopefully they'll be bringing out some new content shortly. And 266 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them towards the 300 we know they're thinking about. Peter Dell has given us beautiful views of Australia. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and thank you, yes, Buddha of Destiny Namaste is always supporting a handful of people at a time. You know, there's a lot of people in the Tuber Chat family that are lucky enough to be on a computer like myself. I work on a computer for half of my full-time gig, so I'm able to keep like 4 streams or 3 streams in a playlist going at a time, or vice versa. And sometimes I got another computer around and everything I can use, or a tablet, or you know, extra phone and stuff like that. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising, good to see you in the house. I was happy to catch that live stream replay with Sea Legs Journey. I just caught them yesterday. This morning or yesterday I caught them for a live stream, but it was great to see you together. Collaborating with other creators is one of the biggest and fastest ways that you can start to grow your audience, because when you are featured on somebody else's channel, you're almost certainly guaranteed a good handful of subscribers that day. People will want to know who's on the screen if they haven't already met you. And then I think you're generously doing a favor for the creator on which you are being featured, because you're changing the dynamic of conversation and content for their channel. Itching to Scratch UK, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Wayne's World Unlimited also dropped a super chat, so I had them on the wheel right away. Thank you for that. Wayne's World Unlimited has done that repeatedly, for which I'm grateful. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. KP Heathen, good to see you in the house. Not sure if I said hello. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody, and it's time for me to get some names on the wheel, so I'm going to do that right this second, and then I will add some more names in a while as we need them. We do this from time to time throughout the stream. Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning, Design with Emma, Jan Hines, Just Jason Keto and More, and Canadian Family Life. And then I'll get some more as we need them. I'm always lately making our moderators wait just through the first half hour. And I appreciate their patience, of course, but that's just so I can get a few channels on the screen that we otherwise might not have gotten to. And again, the wheel and the screen are always run basically by who's most actively engaged in conversation, and I got a robot in the background that helps with that. Ace Flaw 1, good to see you here. Life as Jaleesa, good to see you in the house as well. Thanks for coming back in. So Wayne's World Unlimited brings us a lot of variety, but mostly outdoor content on this channel. He does something that's really interesting that's not too common in the Tuber Chat family. We see a few creators bring us bloopers and outtakes, but Wayne's World Unlimited brings us specific videos of outtakes to go along with his feature productions. So hopefully everybody will check that out. He's often given us look around, stories to be told. Occasionally he'll do a product review or a different type of video. Let me just grab his latest one. Some of these are very short. I'm going to take a spiritual warning video here and put it in my catch-up list for now. We also see that he's done well with shorts. So some of these have gotten into 5,000, even 7,000 views. He recently put one up that's got 13,000 now, and he's had a breakout short at 243,000 views, which is great to see. He's also got another gaming channel. Why for the life of me, Wayne's World Unlimited? Can I not remember the name of the gaming channel? Cook and Vibe with Anne-Marie Love. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And, I'll wait just for another second on Wayne's World Unlimited to see if he catches that name or if Scratch and PPA remembers it. Super Rainbow Queen, hopefully I said hello as well. Wayne's World Unlimited. He's got another channel here. It's gaming. What I often recommend to creators that have more than one channel, I don't usually want to recommend that anybody start a second channel. It's more work than we think it is, in my opinion. But when somebody already has a second channel, I often recommend that they feature it on their front page, similar to what Wayne's World Unlimited has got here with a bunch of featured channels, so that it can be found easily by anybody who is might be inclined to follow you on more than one channel. And then it's okay, we'll move on for now. Jan Hines is coming up. This is a creator that actually has two channels, and I'll show you what I mean when I'm talking about featuring them on the front pages here. And then KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is in the house. I'm always doing good. Hopefully you are too. Jan Hines has got a couple of channels, so let me just show you what I mean. When we look at her front page here, we see, first of all, she's working on 1,100 subscribers, which is great. But she's also got another channel, and it just simply says, My Other Channel. So YouTube makes it easy for us to do something like this. For those of you who haven't already seen it, all our music in the background here is copyright-free music that we own and make available to everybody on a separate music channel that's featured at the bottom of our front page. So when we look at Jan Hines, we see somebody who wants to bring us self-care, hygiene, lifestyle. And I see she's got a featured video here as well. So I'm going to take this one, put it in my catch-up list for today. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content from her. I've seen much before. She's done a lot of variety, but self-care seems to be the focus more than anything else on this channel. She's got some shorts here. Just started putting these out. One of them's got over 500 views already. Hopefully she'll put out some more, and we'll keep an eye out for live streams on the channel. Life with Jen is another channel where she brings more variety to go in line with her original channel. And when I look at her videos, we see that she's just started the channel a couple of years ago and just put out a few videos, but we'll see if she's going to continue on this channel as well. And then thank you, Wayne's World Unlimited. Yes, I should have oh, it's gaming. Oh, I see. Okay, I must have been mistaken or forgetting, but that's okay. Let's spin the wheel. Jan Hines has been a longtime friend, probably 2 years, maybe as much as 3, as a matter of fact. And then, yes, absolutely, Peter Dell is right. So maybe I'll take a second to show everybody something, but I do not want to promote it, so forgive me. I'm going to go through a bit of a ridiculous way. I'm going to talk about this. Peter Dell is talking about channel keywords. So yes, in your settings for your channel, which is easiest to get on a browser on a computer, you are able to set channel keywords, and that might help your channel get found. Very important. We're going to look at Just Jason Keto and more in a quick second, but I'm just going to pull up ChatGPT. Now, the pro version of ChatGPT is a paid service now, and I do not want to encourage anybody to pay for this just to see what I'm talking about, but I'm working on something right now, and unfortunately the way that they've got this set up is only paying people are able to use it. But I'll give you an example. So I'm working on a custom GPT. For those of you who've already seen ChatGPT before, you'll understand how this works. If you haven't, the big craze over ChatGPT is how incredibly fast it can write things for you. So for instance, most of you know, if you've been here before, that I live in Niagara Falls, Canada. So I'm gonna say to TuberGPT over here that I want to provide SEO for a YouTube live stream. TuberGPT is going to come back to me and say, could you please tell me what the subject is so that I can write it out for you? And then I'm going to say, walking around Niagara Falls, Canada. And that's all I have to type. And watch how fast this is. It's going to come up with 5 different title suggestions for me. It's going to come up with a lengthy keyword-rich description that I might use. It's going to come up with a bunch of tags for Niagara Falls, Canada, and hashtags as well. And then a little reminder that you want to make sure you're staying between YouTube's community guidelines in terms of service. Now, if I refresh the page or if I restart, I also put in a SEO for a YouTube channel. So what it's going to do is ask me, what is my channel about? Give me an idea. I'm going to tell it that I have a Grand Theft Auto gaming channel. Although I don't actually. We're just doing this fictitiously. But when I type that in, it's instantly going to give me a bunch of channel name suggestions if I was thinking about changing the name or creating a channel, and then it's also going to give me a bunch of tags. These are channel tags as well, and then actually I didn't realize I put in a channel description, but that's great because you can put that on your about page if you wanted to. But that's just something fun to play with, something I'm working on as an experiment. Again, I do not want to encourage anybody to pay for ChatGPT just to use what I'm talking about, because it's an experiment. It certainly is not ready or 100% functional, but I thought it would be fun to look at that just because Peter Dell mentioned about the channel tags, which is important. Channel keywords or channel tags. And then so the Gaming Ham is going to be working on some new videos, which is great to see. Unbiased LLC, good to have you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So Just Jason Keto and more is up on the screen. I will make a note. If anybody already has been using ChatGPT and you happen to be paying for the pro version, if you want to reach out to me on Instagram, then I'll give you the link for the custom GPT, but it's only for pro members right now. And if I can't get it to work the way I want, I might not keep it. But basically it does what we expect from apps like TubeBuddy and a couple of other things, all in one step. Title, description, tags, hashtags, all at once. It may possibly be an idea in the future that those things can punch out things like thumbnails and banners. But right now there is a big problem when it comes to text-to-image generation on the current popular AI systems, where it misspells all the time. I couldn't get the thing to spell anything properly at all in a major graphic. But I'll keep my eye on it. If it becomes something we can use, then I'll talk about that again. And then Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat, or if anybody's mentioned anything they meant for me to see. As well, if you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Just Jason Keto and More is going to let us know failure is just an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. And that banner actually goes in line with what I believe is his latest video, which I just watched, by the way. He talks about the idea of failure when we think about dieting, or, you know, in my opinion, I would say we tend to be too hard on ourselves sometimes, you know, myself included. You could possibly go on a diet, if you want to call it that, when we think about keto or any of the other ones, and then, you know, you eat a cookie and all of a sudden you feel like you failed, and then the whole thing falls apart pretty quick. And it's possible not to have that happen if we could just be a little bit easier on ourselves. So Just Jason Keto and More's got a bit of an important message in that video to start off 2024. If you're thinking about a healthier diet or lifestyle, particularly when you're thinking about keto, one of the things he's got going on his channel is a lot of recipes. Chaffles seem to be an extremely popular healthy alternative to some of the other snacks or portions of a meal we might put together, and he's got lots and lots of recipes for those, among a lot of other things. I've seen Just Jason Keto and More. I remember when I first started following his channel, seeing how he was taking something that was intended as a snack and getting more value out of it by kind of hacking together his own recipe from something that was already store-bought. He does a lot of product reviews as well, and that can be devices like these waffle irons where we make the chaffles, or it could be of products we might find in a grocery store or health store, whether it's food, drinks, or anything else. His community, along with Jason, will help us understand the ingredients in some of those things, the impact they're going to have when we start to consume them, and he will go to great lengths to bring us informative content, like when he went to Keto Palooza not too long ago. Now, he also has a lot of guests on the channel. Those can be in videos or live streams where other influencers who are experienced in a keto-based diet or lifestyle will share their life experiences and tips and tricks and trials and tribulations with us, so as to hopefully motivate and inspire us. Just Jason Keto and More will definitely mention many times the idea that you never know who's going to strike the right chord, right? And he just wants to know he's impacting at least one person, but we know as we watch the channel grow, he's had lots of impact on lots of different people. So we look at his shorts. Here's a hint. Some of his healthy looking grilling shorts have done really well, getting into 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 views. This breakout short, which I've seen, has 22,000. It's as entertaining as it is informative. And then when we get into his live streams, we see that Just Jason Keto and More is on every week on Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. This week he's going a little bit early, and pardon me just for 1 second here. I just had to get Siri to make sure I get an extra reminder for that, because Just Jason Keto and More is going to do his monetization celebration. So he's made his 3,000 hours of watch time. As far as I understand, he's already well on his way towards the 4,000, which is great to see. And we can go and celebrate with him tomorrow. His community is incredibly supportive. So when you go in there, I always feel compelled to participate when I make it into a live stream or a premiere, but the community's ready to help with tips and tricks and inspiration and motivation as well. So I hope you'll join us for that. Next week, I'm expecting to stream on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so we're probably going to crash right into Just Jason Keto and More. But for the most part, lots of creators keep a consistent schedule, and this is one of those creators. So I hope everybody will connect with him. He is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He happens to be a fellow Canadian and somebody who's here with us every single day. Carol Lynn Lopez, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Native Wildman, good to have you back in the house as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. If anybody has the ability to share this stream, by the way, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Scratch My Way to Riches, good to see you here. And then Peter Dell is just talking about your tags rank. Yes, it doesn't have to be accurate. It's just, it really is to kind of give us an idea of where things are. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, if you use TubeBuddy, it'll give you a ranking of the keywords that you choose for your videos, or you can see that, I believe, on other people's videos as well. I haven't looked at it in a while, but it is my #1 tool for picking keywords. And then it can tell you how they will likely rank for you, meaning if you have a video and you're doing something like Just Jason Keto and More is doing a chaffle recipe, let's just say, if he does the right one, titles it right, puts it out at the right time, it's possible for him to get on the front page of YouTube for a period of time. And what that means is if somebody searches chaffle recipe, let's say he was doing one with, I don't know, blueberries or honey or something like that. If somebody was looking for a chaffle recipe, he might come up in the top 10, and the idea of blueberry chaffle or honey chaffle or something like that might get a good ranking in the search results, and TubeBuddy will point that out. So forgive me, I'm dancing around that speech a little bit, but hopefully you understand a little bit about what I mean. Canadian Family Life is coming up next. Native Wildman dropped a super chat. I'm going to put them on the wheel with us in a second here. Design with Emma also dropped a super chat. They're already on the wheel, and I'll add another couple of names as we need them. Let's go for 3.5 minutes and come back with Canadian Family Life. All right, we're back. I was just fiddling with TubeBuddy in the background. It might interfere with what we're doing a little bit, but I'll try to find what we were talking about when a channel comes up with a video that's got tags set. So, Kristen Marie Vlogs, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Tend the sheep where you are. Penny is making me laugh. Makeup Mom and Son, my dear, dear friend, is in the house. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator. And then, so Native Wildman dropped a super chat. Thank you for that, by the way. I put them on the wheel right away. Scratch and PPA has been added, and I'll add some more names to the wheel as we need them. I usually do it when we get down to about 4 or 5 names. So Canadian Family Life is Tiffany, and there she is right there on some of these thumbnails. She's from New Brunswick, and she actually inspired her husband to start another channel as well. She's monetized, one of the first channels that we know of to be monetized under the new restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, but she continues on today and now has crossed over 3,000, which is great to see. This creator brings a lot of grocery hauls. She participated in Vlogmas. She brings container gardening. She does a lot of Happy Meal videos. She's had quite an impact on the YouTube community, product reviews as well. When we get into the shorts on the channel, we see that this creator's gotten into 2,400 and 2,500 views on a couple of these. Pure variety, as we would expect. Some of that famous Canadian cold weather as well. And then live streams are something that she's done many times before, sometimes given us a chance to get to know the family. And we'll keep an eye on the channel, see if she's going to continue those. And hopefully everybody will connect with her. She's here with us every day. One of the biggest complaints that I get, or the biggest complaint that I've gotten in the last 6.5 years on YouTube, is why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our channels? Why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? And I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do have a couple of creators with separate channels that are supporting each other wholeheartedly. In this case, like I said, I believe that Tiffany probably inspired her husband Chris to start a channel. He started putting out some new content too, a couple of do-it-yourself videos. So he started with 3D printing, and we saw quite a bit of that. He put out a few shorts as well, and then now has gotten into, like I said, some do-it-yourself videos. I'm assuming this is a solar charge controller as well. I have a lot to learn about solar. I don't use any right this second, but I intend to over the coming years, let's just say. So hopefully everybody will connect with Chris's Creation Fun. He's working on his first 100, sitting at 58 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. Express Baskets and Treats, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I think I missed Honcho Gaming coming in. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming back in. Thank you, Cook and Vibe with Anne-Marie Love. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. I know we will. She is an incredible supporter. Her husband, Chef DeRitz, as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Scratch and PPA will come up right away. If anybody would like to swap playlists, by the way, we were talking about that earlier. If anybody would like to swap playlists, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Scratch and PPA brings us a interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. He pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow Scratch and PPA on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. He posts with perfect consistency every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He's been doing this for 3 years now. He's working on 2,000 subscribers. He'll be there any minute at over 1,900. And if you can catch us for one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Now, he also expanded his content recently. So he took a trip to Italy and brought us his very first ever live stream. And I know a lot of people were excited about him expanding the content here, but he also brought us a lot of shorts. And these are kind of like vlogging style shorts where he gives us a look at the different places he visited while he was in Italy, along with a lot of Italian lottery tickets, which is great to see as well. We otherwise might not have seen those. Now, Scratch and PPA as well has presentation at the forefront of his mind. You can see that his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by his thumbnails, which include content and a hint about the giveaways that happened during his video series as well. His banner is updated every single week, if you can believe that. Now, he is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator and is known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. If you could believe somebody would ever be willing to support you over 600 times, Scratch and PPA is that friend to me. He's been with me from just about the beginning of Tuber Chat and here for almost every single stream, probably getting close to 650 of them now. And that's just on this channel. He literally supports every single thing that I do on every single channel that I touch, for which I'm grateful. I have no choice but to shake my head and wonder how anybody could be so blessed. But I hope everybody takes inspiration from the idea that that generosity is out there. Not to mention almost anybody in the Tuber Chat family who knows Scratch and PPA will probably agree he's one of their most supportive creators as well. So I'd love for you to get some of that support coming back to you. I hope you'll connect with him. P&J's Homestead Adventure, good to see you in the house. Professional Paranormal Research just dropped a super chat, so I put them on the wheel right away. Thank you for that extra generous support. Bamanola Adventures is here, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And I do just want to show you something because I looked at this in the background. Let's go to Scratch and PPA's popular tab. I'll take one of his more popular videos from when he started. Week 1, 2021. I'm just going to hit this for a second, see if he's got tags on here, and you'll see how TubeBuddy works. I have affiliate links in our video descriptions, by the way. It's my #1 tool for picking tags. Now, in this case, Scratch and PPA put a lot of tags in here that say, like, Scratch and PPA, as he probably should, because people might misspell it. It's easy to misspell, but he'll still catch those people. What Peter Dell was talking about earlier in the chat is the idea that sometimes you will see a green marker come up here with a ranking number to give you an idea of how well that particular tag might perform in the general YouTube search results. So I just wanted to show that to everybody for a quick second. If you haven't already used TubeBuddy, then I hope you'll think about using my affiliate link there, because it really does help. And it's free, of course, and even the free version gives you a start to picking tags, my #1 tool. The Wrestling World Podcast, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Let's spin the wheel. Design with Emma, Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes and Panning, Native Wildman, and Professional Paranormal Research are all on the wheel right this second. I'll get some more names on there in another moment. Now, Professional Paranormal Research dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times before, but we added them onto the wheel today because of that. And if you want clarification on exactly how the wheel works, it's listed in our video description. So Professional Paranormal Research is interesting because we had an influx of paranormal channels start coming through the Tuber Chat family about 3 years ago. And that has flourished. We have friends that are still with us today after all that time. We continue to meet new friends pardon me, in the paranormal genre, so much so that I've actually been out on a few paranormal investigations with a couple of creators myself as well. The Stock Explorer, I'm not sure if Nora's back in. I think they were here half an hour before we started. I'm not sure if they're in the chat right now, but the Stock Explorer is here with us just about every day as a member and moderator as well. And then when we look at professional paranormal research, we see a creator that now has long crossed 2,000 subscribers, which is great to see. When we read their about page, we get an idea of exactly what they expect to bring. Investigations, explorations, haunted, eerie, spooky, sinister, scary places of the unknown. And they collaborate with other people as well. This is an interesting product review. I'm going to check this out. If you could believe it, Kristen bought me a it's a dash cam type of thing. What this thing is that she got for me, it replaces the idea of having to change your car stereo, but it kind of plugs in by Bluetooth or a myriad of different ways, and you could use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. It's got a front dash cam, it comes with a backup cam and everything else. And if you could believe it, I am careful, I promise you I am, but I took it out of the box and dropped it right on the floor and smashed the screen, so I gotta sort that thing out. But I am interested to see what you've got here for a dash cam product review. So I've put that video into my catch-up list. That will allow me to catch that after the stream today. And Zombie Gaming Jory, good to see you in the house. That's not my only disaster story either about these product reviews and things. Not time. Oh, and yes, forgive me before I continue my story. The Bud Files, good to see you here. Just Jason Keto and more is just saying, I think it's worth the time to go back through your old videos to improve the SEO and even update thumbnails. Yes, we can do that as often as we want. So in my opinion, the most time should be spent on your superstars, trying to get the videos that are already moving to move faster. But at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're getting 1,000 views a month on a video, I would let it go. And that's exactly what I do. But you can breathe new life into older videos by switching up the tags, description, title, thumbnail. Everything can be changed, right? So these are just ideas. And then thank you, KK's Travel and Education Vlogs, for that. What I was saying, yeah, forgive me for the self-indulgence here, but the dash cam just made me thought of it. A few months ago, I did a couple of reviews of some video game systems, those mini Nintendo and Sega things. And I have a special TV just for that. It's just a small 24-inch RCA TV. But what I do is in my unboxing area, I put it on the table when I need it. I take it off the table, put it on the floor when I don't need it. And of course I dropped it. So I have one video that I got through halfway filming and smashed the TV, and then I had to replace that, so I just got the cheapest thing I could find, which happened to be from the same company, which is great. So I got to finish that video. But many times, I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody else, but that's the second time I remember taking something brand new and just dropping it right on the floor. I didn't even get a chance to use the dash cam thing yet. But we'll figure that out. So, professional paranormal research. Look at how often they're posting. Up to a couple weeks ago, they were going once or twice a week. But look at this. They're like a few videos just in the last couple of days, which is great to see. They got some shorts as well. Some of these have gotten into over 1,000 views, one at 2,300. And then when we get into live streams, we see they've got one coming up later in the month. I'm going to put my notification on for that. We always set notifications for everything we see in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these live streams again. It's been a little while, it looks like, right? Yeah, it was already a month. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these, but they've got one coming up next week or in a week and a half from now. and they're like I said, working on 2,100 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'm going to get some names on the wheel right now. There's the Stock Explorer. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Native Wildman's up here right now. They dropped a super chat earlier, so we put them on the wheel right away. Design with Emma's still on the wheel. She dropped a super chat. She was already on the wheel. And of course, like I always say, those things are never necessary, very much appreciated when they do happen. But now we're going to get another couple of names on the wheel. So Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up. Home Bartending with John, who has been putting out new content as well, is coming up. And it had been a while, so I know a lot of us will be excited. I actually saw something. There's a custom GPT that was made by OpenAI, the people behind ChatGPT, that put out a mocktail recipe GPT thing that people can use if they want to. But I'm still going to rely on Home Bartending with John to show us some of the mocktail recipes we can use. He does all kinds of cocktails on his channel and product reviews as well. But we'll talk about that when his channel comes up. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by is also on the wheel. Precious Gems is in the house. Florida Claimers Ted is here. Thank you both for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. We still got 2 hours to go, and then we'll do a music stream for an hour. If anybody hasn't already seen what we got going on over there, all our copyright-free music is there, like you hear in the background here. We got a virtual nightclub going on over there with a video game everybody can play in the chat and keep connecting the way we do here. Scratch Master, good to see you in the house. Native Wildman is up on the screen with 872 subscribers. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know as far as the content goes. Hopefully what you hear from me is the stories getting better and better over time. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels. Over weeks and months by hanging out in live streams, premieres, watching videos, I get to know the content. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. So this is Sean Wilson. They are oh, forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll leave it to everybody to read the about page there. Their channel is about fishing, fly tying, knives, and other random things. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. When we get into shorts videos, we see that there are up to 2,400 and 2,500 views, one over 5,800, which is great to see. And then live streams are something that they've been doing up to a month ago as well. So we'll see if they're going to continue those. And like I keep saying, we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And if anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, then I will appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Jesse Miller Unboxings and more, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And nice bracelets in that video. I know I commented on it, but I saw one of her videos again this morning. And Journey Through the Gate Paranormal Portal Podcast. Good to see you in the house. Let's go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Tend the Sheep Where You Are. Don't pass them by. All right, we're back. Charlene Heel, good to see you in the house. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead is here. Good to have you in the house as well. And then Butler Family Farms referencing the cold weather. I am not enjoying it at all. I've been trying to stay indoors for the last couple of days. I haven't been out. I've been barely out for moments to go to the grocery store. But here it's been, forgive me, when we get into the minuses, it should be easy. I don't know how to do the calculation. I haven't even looked it up for Fahrenheit to Celsius, but it has been at like minus 13, minus 15 here, which is well below freezing. It is like out of control cold. The amazing M&G, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Sean444, good to have you in the house. Thanks for coming in. For anybody that's brand new today, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Charlene Heel and I were talking about the cold earlier today. I caught her on her other channel. Oh, you're having a heat wave. It's 32. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, I try not to complain because I remember a couple of summers ago it was so unbelievably hot and humid here with no relief right into mid-September, and I was whining and complaining every single day. And so I try to remember that when I want to complain about the weather and hold it in. And then Sean444, I'm just curious if you're speaking to me or somebody in the chat. And then tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Sometimes in the chat here you will hear us talk about Penny. The creator we're talking about is Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By. She's actually a longtime friend. She used to be called Kitty Mom Adventures. By the way, Don Yarndall, yes, still in the house, and I think I missed another channel in the chat. Oh, Marketplace Boutique. I'm so sorry. Yes, thank you very much. She's crossed 500. I see her out supporting all kinds of people. And then, pardon me if I've missed anything in the chat. If there's anything anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention, tuber chat, connect, and grow. Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By was named Kitty Mom Adventure. So she reset and restarted her channel. But she's been at it for a while now again and brings videos frequently. So she did another grocery haul. I just happened to see this, but she, for the most part, is going to inspire us in a spiritual way. We find that in her shorts videos, and then she also brings us live streams. So it's been a little while again. Pardon me, but on this creator's original channel, I actually joined them. We collaborated once for a 4-hour live stream, if you could believe it. And then Jonathan Sturgill, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They were telling a story in the latest video that I watched about playing guitar. Something I still regret not doing. I was talented with music when I was a kid, and I played in band and all that stuff for years. They made me play a trumpet because they didn't want to let me be a drummer. That's too long of a story to get into. But at the end of high school, last 2 years of high school, I managed to be the high school drummer, so I was happy for that. But I thought I would eventually learn to play guitar. I had a couple people try to teach me, and I just I like instant gratification. Drums are easy to learn, right? Guitar's not so much. But maybe someday, we'll see. Jonathan Sturgill says you're never too young to try. Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, like I said, is going to inspire us in a spiritual way. She brings live streams occasionally. We'll see if she's going to pick those back up. And she's here with us just about every single day as well. Another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So, again, I know I mention it all the time, but if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Home Bartending with John is up right now. And I mentioned this creator earlier. They bring a lot of product reviews on their channel, lots of different cocktails, and lots of different liqueurs, things like that. They'll even do comparisons, actually. But what this channel is most known for, as a one-of-a-kind here in the Tuber Chat family, is teaching us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails or mocktails from the comfort of our own home. A mocktail, of course, is when it's non-alcoholic, and Home Bartending with John's already got a good collection of those. Home Bartending with John has got 430 subscribers right now. He takes requests on his channel. He's actually done a couple for me, including the trash can cocktail, which is popular in Nashville. I don't know where else it's popular, but we hadn't heard of it in Toronto. And then he did the Mad Men old-fashioned cocktail, which was then referenced again in Billions, and he shows us different variations of recipes sometimes as well. It could be a traditional recipe and then a couple variations based on pop culture, like movies, music, television, things like that. So a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family, but he's here with us every day and happens to be a silver member, so we see his channel whether he's here or not in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of live stream, and he's been supporting the channel in that way for a long time. He's got some shorts here as well. The shorts videos have gotten into a couple thousand views, but one of them over 7,100, and I think it's still moving. And then live streams as well are something that he's experimented with, some familiar faces he's collaborated with. We'll keep our eyes open and see if he's going to continue those again. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. So let's spin the wheel. We got another channel ready to go. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Design with Emma dropped a super chat earlier, but they were actually already on the wheel. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. It's actually time for me to get some more names on the wheel, so I'm going to do that right this second. And then we'll talk about this interior design channel. This is another one of a kind in the Tuber Chat family. Design with Emma is going to hopefully inspire us when it comes to the idea of interior design. Somebody like me, I promise you, needs all the inspiration I can get when it comes to that. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is on the wheel now. Life as Jaleesa is going to be added on as well. And I'll add one more, which is Butler Family Farm, of course. Jerry and Susan make an effort to be here every day as well. Now, I know not everybody can be here every single day or for hours at a time every time we stream, and I do appreciate every moment, but I do like to recognize when we've got people who are here every day, especially for a couple months. We were doing all our streams as pop-ups, but I hope everybody's happier now that we're posting in advance again. We've changed a few things up. They're all in our video description if you wanted to see how things are working. And then Journey Through the Gate Paranormal Portal Podcast says they're a bartender too, equal parts Southern Comfort and Di Serono over ice. There you go, with half a century at the bottom. Absolutely. I've done the tiniest amount of bartending in my life, out of necessity. I used to work in nightclubs and bars, but I had to do a small amount of it. I'd probably forget 99% of what I had learned back in the day. But one of the things I enjoy is when you go to a get-together or a party, or you're invited, you know, to somebody's house and things like that. I like to show up with something non-traditional, right? Depending on what's called for. If it's, you know, familiar friends with me, we all just drink Corona all the time. But if it's a gathering for a birthday, there's going to be a bunch of people I may not know as well or not at all, then I like to bring something a little bit different, like I would do it the lazy way and bring a Long Island iced tea mix, as opposed to like all the liqueurs and stuff like that, or some of those pre-made shooters that they have in the liquor store and stuff like that. I don't drink a lot now or anything like that, much more when I was working in the industry, but still once in a while socially. And let's look at Design with Emma right now, 2100. I'm hoping we can push this creator a little bit farther towards the 2200 she's going to be thinking about. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. This creator brings us a few different things, including taking us out shopping to see what kind of decorating ideas we can find, or elements for our decorating ideas is a better way to put it. I'm just going to grab her latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up. As well, shorts on this channel have done extremely well, getting into 17,000, 21,000, 32,000, but we see a lot of variety here, like most of the creators in the Tuber Chat family. As well, we've got live streams on the channel, and she is live frequently. So 3 weeks ago she did one, and a couple of days ago again. We'll keep our notification bell on and hopefully catch her the next time she goes live. Design with Emma is here with us just about every single day as well. And then Life as Jaleesa is fairly new in the Tuber Chat family. I forget if this is their second time here or if they said they'd been here before, but I know they were here for our last live stream. We were here on Monday, right? And then Life as Jaleesa, yes, so a brand new channel, I'm mistaken. Life as Jaleesa was here the other day, and they expect to make content soon. I've already connected to the channel. We just hope that that subscription sticks. But if anybody would like to connect to them, what I'm going to do is drop the handle in the chat just in case it's tough to find them. It shouldn't be too bad because Life as Jaleesa specifically may not be that popular of a name. Life with Jaleesa is another one that we've seen. And that can be a little more popular as we see. But Life as Jaleesa should be the first one that comes up for almost everybody. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Budgeting Just Because is going to help us with our finance. Good to see you in the house. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead has actually started a second channel. So we'll have a look at both of these. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead is another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family. She's got over 1,100 subscribers right now, which is great. I'm hoping we can push her towards the 1,200 we know she's thinking about. One of the things that they say on this channel is they want us to join them as they grow their own food in a residential neighborhood, and then they want to inspire us to do the same. Growing your own food is a great form of civil disobedience, and they will help us along their journey and show us their tips and tricks as well. So I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. They just put this up this morning, how to make Dreamtime tea. So I'll put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them or stay caught up with them. They got some shorts on the channel as well. These are mostly outdoor on this channel specifically, getting into over 5,000 views, almost 6,000 now. And then live streams are frequent as well. So they've been going live just about once a week. They've got one coming up tomorrow, right after Just Jason Keto and More, as a matter of fact. So hopefully we'll catch that one. Hopefully everybody will connect with our Georgia Suburban Homestead. And then as well, I'll just have a look at their second channel. I Died NDE, near-death experience. And let me see if I can get to the channel, if they've got a link or anything to it. There it is. And this is a second channel from our Georgia Suburban Homestead. They're here with us just about every day as well. They got 19 subscribers so far. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. We see the first video that they posted a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully everybody will connect with that one, and then that connection will stick as well. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, Susan, good to see you here. Hannah, Rebecca, good to have you in the house as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. If anybody has trouble finding this channel, I'm going to drop the handle for this one as well. And you can either type that out, it's a little bit complicated, that one, or copy and paste it if you can. That'll help you get to it a little bit easier. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning is a channel that comes to us focused on beauty, but it's a collaboration between two creators, Tracy and Phoebe. Here they are together. They often alternate when it comes to producing videos, but they've got a few things here that have done really well. So first of all, a lot of get ready with me type ideas, a lot of different beauty looks. They give us hauls and they give us lists of things they want to recommend or things they might want us to avoid, which I think is a cool twist on that idea. They've got some shorts here as well. Some of these have done really well. Phoebe's there. She's gotten into 5,600, 5,800 views, and then they've got live streams on the channel as well. It's been a long time, but we'll keep our notification bell on and see if we can catch them again soon. And they're working on 600 subscribers right now, so I'm hoping we can push them a little farther towards that milestone. Lil Red and Buddy Tracks, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I'm going to get another channel onto the wheel right now, or two. And again, we changed things up at the beginning of the year, so the wheel is run a little bit differently. It's purely focused on who's been most actively engaged in the chat during the course of the stream, but it moves as the stream goes along. We're still going to be here for another hour and a half likely tonight, and the idea is that if you're active, you have a chance of being on the wheel or the screen. It's not just who gets here first. So we will see channels that will still be coming in after this point and up to an hour before we're finished, which is a long time from now. So I'm just digging through my list on the side here to see who I can add on to the wheel. P&J's Homestead Adventures. We got a lot of homesteading friends, and Don Yarndall as well. Was she live today? Did I catch you live today again? Or was I watching a video? I think I caught you live, right? And then let us think about spinning the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go in a moment here. And then, yeah, hopefully everybody who's fairly new to Tuber Chat is feeling welcome. Hopefully you've met some new friends already here in the Tuber Chat family. Another homesteading channel's coming up right now. What we find with a lot of the creators behind the homesteading channels, and that can include, I include a lot of channels together when I talk about homesteading. Traditional homesteading, like this channel here, as well as farming, ranching, gardening, even outdoor things like camping, hiking, and fishing, because a lot of the creators behind these channels, first of all, bring us a mix of indoor and outdoor content, usually at a 50-50 split, but sometimes a little skewed. And then as well, we see generosity in these creators wanting to share knowledge with each other and with others, which I think is great. So hopefully everybody will connect with, well, basically everybody in the chat, but another homesteading channel that I've got on the screen now. Trina's Motivation, good to see you in the house. That's another channel that will inspire us in a spiritual way. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, thank you again for the share on X. I have a hard time not calling it Twitter. I'm probably going to be doing that for a long, long time. But anybody who shares for us on X or retweets for us will be added into a special Twitter list that I have. And anybody can look at the members on that list, and the idea then is that you will find lots of other generous creators that you can trade favors with, that you know are active in Tuber Chat, that you know are active on Twitter, and willing to share. Because if they're willing to share for us, they might be willing to share for you. And if you're the kind of person who enjoys sharing videos for other people and trading favors, you will likely find some friends to trade favors with. Oh, Butler Family Farm, yes. They love the wheel, but the wheel does not like them, they say. Butler Family Farm knows what it's like to be picked pretty much first and pretty much last, along with our friends like Canadian Family Life, Rushing Wind Mountain, Just Jason Keto and More, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, Scratch and PPA, The Stock Explorer, The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Lots of creators who've been very supportive and spent hours here. I don't mean to leave anybody out, but you know what I mean. And yes, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. What was that from? I just watched it. It was from Casino. My son and I just watched that. He came to my place for the weekend, and we watched Casino. We both hadn't seen it for a long time. It's one of my favorite movies ever. P&J's Homestead Adventure is up on the screen right now, and this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they have got almost 400 subscribers already. They got some of that winter weather for us to see as well. When we look at this channel, we see videos that are posted frequently, mostly outdoor content actually, from this homesteading channel, and then we'll get into shorts videos as well and see how these are performing into 1,800, 1,900 views, one over 2,500, which is great to see. And then starting a fire, oh my goodness, starting a fire with a leaf blower. I could see myself doing that, but not filming it though. And then that'll be interesting to see. P&J's Homestead Adventure, I think, has been with us every day since finding us. And I appreciate that, of course, but hopefully everybody will connect with them. And then we can look at their About page for some more information. Paula and Jason, they live in New York State. They adventure and take on projects. Usually enjoying the outdoors, so they'll bring us on their YouTube journey while they bring us that kind of content as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Thank you, Makeup Mom and Son, my dear friend. And like I said, she's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. Every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. They've all been friends of mine for literally years, and they're all dear friends of each other as well. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. I believe that's what draws me to them. But when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you will be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here. Red Hot Reactions is Steve. Good to see you in the house from the UK. Thanks for coming in. And Butler Family Farm, look at that luck. As soon as we were talking about it, you were chosen by the wheel. So for today, the odds are, in fact, ever in your favor. We still got an hour and a half to go, but we're going to go for 3 minutes right now, 3.5. We'll come back with Butler Family Farm, and in the meantime, if anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. All right, we're back and looking at Butler Family Farm. So this is Jerry and Susan. These creators really do a great job of making themselves a part of the YouTube community by going to great lengths and literally driving hundreds, if not thousands of miles and kilometers to meet other creators in person, and they bring that to us as well. One of their recent videos was meeting up with a few different people. There's Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead right there, a few other creators, and I'll show you some more when we get into their live streams. Now, Butler Family Farm is another channel. I always group all the farming and ranching channels into the homesteading community just because they bring similar content and seem to have the same generosity among these creators wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. There is certainly a lot to learn when we get to their channel, as there would be with any farming channel, but this is 116 acres to be looked after. They got bees coming in a couple of months. They had them last year. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, as well as some cats and dogs for us to see. There's lots going on here. This is the video I just watched where they had to fix a water situation, but it's nice to know there's backups, and lots of our farming, ranching, and homesteading channels are going to help us understand some preparedness so that when we have these disasters, we can be ready. Some of you will remember, it's a long time ago now, probably 15 years, could be longer. I think it was in 2003, maybe it's 20 years now that somebody mentioned it a while back. But the power went out on the eastern seaboard for 3 days. And, after the second day, people started panicking. We're going to lose all our food and all our meat and stuff like that. I remember that. At the time, I couldn't have convinced my parents to go anywhere, so I had to go over there with one of those battery things, and we see them all the time now, but a battery pack, just so that they could keep their phones charged. And things like that. They wouldn't have wanted to leave home unless it was absolutely necessary. But these are just ideas. Now, Butler Family Farm is going to show us a lot of different aspects of their lives, which, like I said, I compare to homesteading. Jerry's been doing a lot of work in the shop lately as well. These creators bring us indoor content, outdoor content. They give us a wonderful chance to get to know them. They got some shorts that have gotten into 6,000 views and beyond, one over 23,000, and I think that one's still growing. And then live streams are frequent on the channel as well. These creators have gone out to a lot of these meetups, like I've talked about, where they will literally meet with other creators in real life. And one of them happened at the beginning of last summer, where it was the Mid-America meetup. 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. So I haven't caught you for a live stream lately. I hope I will. It's been a couple of weeks, but look, they've been live, 6 times in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully I'll catch them again. And they typically keep a schedule. Yes, Monday night is when they're usually on. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. They were on yesterday and I missed it. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we dig through their live streams, we also see there they are together, giving us a chance to get to know them. But they often have StreamYard panels happening as well, where they introduce us to even more creators. Not to mention, Butler Family Farm is here just about every single day. I think they are here for every single stream, for which I'm grateful. And I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every time we stream or for hours at a time. Even if you're just coming by quickly to say hello or give a thumbs up, I appreciate that. We got a few friends that run the stream in the background. I appreciate that as well. Zombie Gaming Jory, thank you so much for the kind words in the chat. And yes, Scratch and PPA is definitely a godsend here in the Tuber Chat family. Regional Sky Girl, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I'm just trying to catch up with the chat a little bit here. Every Monday at 5:45 Central, Butler Family Farm is on. I should know that by now, but forgive me. I'm talking so fast half of the time I don't stop to think while I'm talking at length. Yes, and then thank you, Trina's motivation. I talk about it all the time. The idea, I mentioned it a few times today already, but when we first start our YouTube journey, it's easy to keep up with a lot of our friends, right? You'll see some of the same people every day, multiple times a week. You catch everything everybody does. But soon after, as soon as you start following 100 channels, 200 channels, 300 channels, and more, it becomes almost impossible to catch every single thing everybody does. And that's okay, as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other. We see channels growing, hitting different milestones all the time. So I'm just going to add some names onto the wheel in a quick second here. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is just dropping a premiere right now, actually. They've got over 1,200 subscribers. Hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,300 they're going to be thinking about. And I'm going to get some names onto the wheel. Now, they, of course, are going to bring us travel videos more than anything else. They got something a little bit different there. But the latest videos bring us pure variety in bringing us outdoors. Is that a hibachi restaurant? Is that one of those? I still haven't done that yet. I feel like I should just go one day, because I haven't done it, where you go to that restaurant, they're cooking the food right on the table in front of you, and it's usually a little show, and they do things with fire, and it's lots of people will have videos of those things. But I'm lucky enough to live between Toronto and Niagara Falls. We got a few of those restaurants around. I should be able to get one. Not that it's a good idea, it just is an idea, right? Film almost everything, and we can change our minds if we want to. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs got some shorts that have done well. 3,000, 3,200, 10,000 on one of them, which is great to see, and they're usually here just about every day as well. So I did say I was going to get some names onto the wheel. The Stock Explorers coming up. Jesse Miller Unboxings and more is going to be added to the wheel. And I'm just scanning to make sure I'm not missing anybody. And Carol Lynn Lopez is coming up as well. And then I'll get some more names onto the wheel in a little while. So let's spin right now. Again, if anybody wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Yes, Marketplace Boutique says, Niagara Falls has nice restaurants. They certainly do. Niagara Falls is a beautiful city. It's known as the honeymoon capital of the world. It's an hour and a half away from Toronto. I've been living there now for what's getting close, well, 7.5 years, I think it is, well over 7 years. It's always been a part of my life. I was born, raised, and grew up in Toronto. I continue to work there a lot of the time. But Niagara Falls, as you would imagine, because it's such a touristy town, for the most part, it's got big touristy areas. They got everything there. People refer to it as like a mini Vegas almost, right? There's even 2 casinos in town. But there are all kinds of attractions, rides, games, gift shops, photo shops, all kinds of different things. And the restaurants are part of it. Now that I've lived there for a long period of time, I've come to know something. And this might relate to a lot of other touristy areas. I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but it's just my opinion. The best meals that I've had in restaurants have always been at independent restaurants, never at franchises or chains. So in Niagara Falls, the worst meals I've ever had in restaurants have been in chains and franchises. Not that that's to say that they're all bad. My personal experience was not great. It's not that the food was bad, it never is. It's just that there are different circumstances that would cause me to say that. Like we have one restaurant called The Keg, and in Niagara Falls the music's so loud and the tables are so big, you can't even like attempt to hold hands across the table or, God forbid, hear each other. And then there was one restaurant we have called Milestones, and I'm convinced that my meal was reheated and the server would not stop talking to us. Now, I don't want to be an antisocial person, But when you are, it was actually my first date with Kristen after like 20 years, right? We were just kind of rekindling our, catching up with each other. It turned into a date by accident, for which I'm grateful now. But this waiter would not stop talking, and I was like, dude, you should be able to see the look on my face right now. And I think it's a funny story, but the meal I thought was just awful as well. There's nobody in the restaurant, and I don't know what on earth. That's why the guy was talking to us, because there's nothing else to do. But after that, we've been to another couple of places, but I have found that the very best meals that we've had have been at independent restaurants, and we continue to frequent those and are on the lookout for others. If we go to a franchise or a chain, we leave town. We go about a half an hour away somewhere else, but we usually stick to the independents. Even the Skylon Tower, which is something some of you have seen in my personal videos, I walk by it all the time, similar to the CN Tower in Toronto, or similar probably to the Space Needle in Seattle and other places like that. The restaurant is rotating. You get a beautiful view of the water and the city and the Niagara Falls and everything else, but they do a spectacular job. The meal is expensive as you would expect, but not overly expensive considering what it is. But that's just an idea. So Trina's motivation, we've always been running playlists for each other here in the Tuber Chat family for 3.5 years, and we're seeing channels monetized faster than ever. I've monetized 5 channels myself. Not all of them have been monetized by running playlists, but it has been a part of everything for sure. So there are different opinions out there. All I can recommend to anybody is the same thing I'd even say about myself. Please don't take anything I say as gospel. Even when I sound like I think I know what I'm talking about, I don't want anybody to think that I think I know everything. I tend to speak fast. Sometimes it could come across that way. I don't mean that ever. I never want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. I just bring my own experience to the table. I do run a few channels. I have produced now what's got to be getting on 1,000 videos. But I started 6.5 years ago. There was a day when I had not produced even one video, right? And I just bring that experience to the table. We discuss things here, and I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. I have been corrected many times over the years here in Tuber Chat. I have changed my mind about things several times as well. So these are just ideas. But the more we can discuss ideas and reach out to each other and support each other, the more we get more information and can be better educated, and then we can make the right decision for ourselves. So I know a lot of times you hear from people like, what's the right answer? And even somebody like me has to say, well, you know, it depends on you, it depends on the channel, it depends on how you feel. But that's the truth a lot of the time. Some of the things are universal truths, like we should always be doing the best job we can with our videos, our thumbnails, our titles, tags, descriptions, and hashtags included. But then there are variants, like, you know, what kind of content should you put out? How often should you be posting? My recommendation is always at least once a week if you can. But these are just ideas, like I said. And then thank you. Yes, P&J's Homestead Adventure. I know I get into story time. It's a lot easier now that we've changed things up with the wheel. I don't mean to self-indulge and get into personal stories. It's just that, you know, we all probably do it when we're having conversations with people. But I like to share the experience as well, because I like to learn from everybody in the chat when the responses come in. Right? So these are just ideas. I try to get out and stream on my personal channel occasionally so that we can look around either Toronto or Niagara Falls, and that's where a lot of stories get told as well. Oh, and then Trina's motivation. After you get monetized, should you not let anybody run your playlist? I haven't ever heard of it hurting. To be honest with you. So I know people get nervous about the idea that YouTube specifically says you can be demonetized if you don't keep up the watch hours. but I have not yet, out of 5,000 channels, heard a story about a channel demonetized for not keeping up with the watch hours. So we still do it. You know, our moderators do it. I continue to run playlists for people. I say it all the time, even here in Tuber Chat. I'm like, oh, even, you know, just because you got monetized, I'm not going to necessarily stop and say, oh, I can't run your channel. But that's not to say that it's right. So the biggest problem we have with that is we don't have any Google engineers. Google owns YouTube, of course. We don't have any Google or YouTube engineers in our group, and I wouldn't believe them even if we did, because I don't believe they're able to tell us the kind of things we really want to know about watch hours and algorithms and stuff like that. So if it's something that you've heard too many times from people that you trust that you shouldn't do, then by all means, just don't bother. It's not gonna help that much. Having somebody run your playlist after you're monetized is going to help in the smallest way. It will help with a bit of retention, because when somebody runs your playlist, they're running every video from beginning to end, and that can bump up the averages across your whole channel, but just in a tiny way, right? If you already have 1,000 views on a video and somebody runs that video from beginning to end, you can imagine it's just like a random person watching it the whole way through. So these are just ideas, but I continue to do it. I wouldn't stop just because of it. But again, I don't want anybody to take what I say as gospel. I certainly don't think I know everything, and I continue to learn. I continue to want to improve, and I think just as much as everybody else, if that makes sense. And then, yeah, thank you, P&J's Homestead Adventures. I do appreciate the kind words, by the way. And I love the friendships just as much as everybody says. It's the number one thing people say is their favorite part of YouTube. It certainly is for me. I've been overwhelmed by the generosity of people in our community since before it even started. That's what inspired this channel in the first place, is I've been in social media and marketing my whole adult life since it started. And when I saw what was going on in YouTube and had a chance to be here and play around here, I couldn't believe the generosity of people willing to help each other. Instead of saying, don't copy me, go do your own thing, we're all competition, don't bother my people and all that stuff, it was the opposite. They said, here, come, let me introduce you to all my friends. We're all going to support you. We're all going to help you. And I think of it very much like somebody entering college, right? It doesn't matter whether you're a social person or you would consider yourself a social person or not. As soon as you get there, some overly social person is going to grab you by the hand and say, come with me. I'm going to introduce you to everybody. We're going to have parties. We're going to have food. We're going to have a good time. We're going to study together, and we're going to do everything else. This is my imagination talking, but that's what I believe it's like. It's the best correlation I can make, I think. Izzy, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And yes, well, I promise you, P&J's Homestead Adventures, this is absolutely true. The more we help other people, the more help comes to us. And if you can live wholeheartedly in your YouTube journey with the mentality of giving much more than you expect to receive, and I'm serious, I know it's not fair, but that's the truth, right? If you want 10 views, or if you want 3 views, you go give 10. If you want 3 likes, you go give 10, right? But after a little while, and it's really not that long, you will find that you are getting so much support back from people that you will find it overwhelming as well. So I'll continue with story time just for one more moment. Anne's Art and Crops, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not being sure if you're brand new, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. So for one more second, I just want to point something out. Here's an example. There was a day 4 years ago that Scratch and Pete PA and I did not know each other, right? Scratch and Pete PA found me through another channel that I run, if I understand the story right, and started coming into Tuber Chat. After that day, Scratch and Pete PA has literally been here in Tuber Chat far more than 600 times for every single live stream, with the exception of less than 5, and then for hours at a time, from beginning to end. He has been this way. He only puts out 1 video a week for somewhere between 12 and 18 minutes. So he knows that he is supporting me more than 10 times more just on this channel than I could ever support him back. It's impossible. And he does it anyway. So I say Scratch and PPA in particular is a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, but we have lots of creators. Every moderator here is an example. I don't want to leave anybody out, so I don't want to mention too many names because we have a lot of friends that spend a lot of time here. I know some of you are here to support me in particular because of our friendship and getting to know each other, and I appreciate that. But a lot of people are here to meet more people so that they can support more and more people, which I think is overwhelmingly inspiring. So these are just ideas. But this is absolutely true. So I'm glad that this worked out. You know, I predicted this before we started. It's just another growth stream. It's just another growth channel. But the focus would be on the friendships, because I come from a marketing background. I promise you, I care about people as much as I sound like I do. I think there are a lot of people in the world who do. And if we could all just find each other, then everybody would do well, because we don't take away from each other when we help each other, right? Every single thing that we do for each other moves everybody forward, if that makes kind of support that some creators are able to give as well. Now, I do appreciate every moment from everybody. I never want anybody to get me wrong about that, but I do like to recognize when we have people going over and above. Jesse Miller on Boss literally made effort to spend hundreds of hours with me this year, both on my personal channel and here, for things that a lot of people wouldn't even want to show up for, to be honest with you, and I wouldn't blame them, right? I do too much variety in content, so I wouldn't expect people to show up for everything I do, because a lot of my videos and streams are of different interest. So this is just ideas. And then, let's look at Jesse Miller Unboxings and More's content. I just watched this video, some new bracelets that she was taking out of one of her boxes. She brings out subscription boxes, like those monthly subscriptions, of a lot of different types. Things like FabFitFun or BoxyCharm are very popular, and I love the idea of unboxing videos when it comes to those subscription services, because I love the element of surprise, let's just say. I don't know if everybody feels the same way, but I think there's magic in that. And I've seen, trolling on different, Reddit forums and stuff like that, where people have said, why don't you just go to the store and buy what you want instead? Best chance to catch it when she does come out with another one. From the other side of the fence, good to see you in the house. That is a barrel racing channel, and Judgment Day Mike Harper is here with us just about every day as well. Butler Family Farm, good to see you in the house. Gosh, I'm screaming again. I thought about getting one of those headphones that's got the microphone with it, because it might stop me from screaming so much. I'm yelling at the camera. I don't mean to do that. Yes, if it's buffering, please refresh. Hillbilly Chicken Ranch hit 1,400. I'm so sorry, Susan. If you must have been on this morning and I must have missed it. I don't know how. I was on. I had 4 streams running at a time. The only thing is I'm working on a computer at the same time. Most of you know that. Half my full-time job is running YouTube channels and doing other social media like eBay and Amazon, things like that. But I also was doing a couple things. We finally filmed today. We haven't been filming enough. And I've been back and forth to the computer, so I must have just missed it by a moment. So Anne's Arts and Crafts, I'm sorry, Anne's Arts and Crafts, I see is the name of the channel. Forgive me, I must have misread that the first time. Most of the biggest YouTubers who talk about the kind of things we talk about here are going to say that everybody should be 100% niched, right? You should have a cooking channel or a baking channel or a plant growing channel or a essential oil channel, right? Whereas we have seen creators do just fine with variety. I got a friend, somewhat. It's an acquaintance more than anything else for now. I intend to get to know the guy better, but somebody in Toronto named Johnny Strides. It's not that it's variety. I mean, he does the same thing. Subscribers, working on 900 now. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther onto that official road to 1K. I'm just going to take this video off your front page here and put it in my catch-up list. But I'm going to dig through your videos for a quick second. That one's very short. Let's see. But we'll hold on as long as we can. So, Carol Lynn Lopez, I'm just going to grab another piece of content as well, just so that I can watch another one of your videos. So I'm going to take this popular video, The Secret to Making a Great Scone. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch. Like I keep saying, I enjoy putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat because over time I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months by hanging out in Premiere watch of videos I get to know the content. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators there as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. So Carol Lynn Lopez is focused on shorts until hitting 1K, which makes sense, absolutely. And I see that some of your shorts have done really well, 12,000, 13,000, one at 45,000. Which is great to see. So we'll be keeping an eye on your shorts and hoping to see more of that from you. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities is another channel from Charlene Heal. And excuse me while I scream through the house for a second here. Okay, pardon me for that. I was just screaming through the house to see if anybody else is having trouble with the internet right now, but it seems to be okay. Hopefully it's going to hold itself together. I'm going to get some names onto the wheel in another moment. We'll go for a break for 3.5 minutes in a second here. If anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I didn't realize Butler Family Farm took over our stream boss position, by the way, so that's under my camera there. Let's go for 3.5 minutes. I'll add some names onto the wheel. We'll come back with Don Yarndall. All right, we're back. We're going to look at Don Yarndahl's channel in a second. I just wanted to show you something because we talked about X, right? I keep calling it Twitter. I probably will for a long time. But what we have is a Twitter profile. All I do with this is post our streams. I wasn't for a while, but now that we're back to featuring channels and posting in advance, I post these when we start. I set them in advance. I did a tutorial on my personal channel a couple of years ago. It's still somewhat relevant. The system has changed a little bit, but it can show you how to share your YouTube videos out on Twitter if you want to, in a similar way to what I do here. But one of the things I wanted to show you is on our profile, if I can figure out where on earth it is. I'd have to look at it from another account. Let me see if I can do that. And forgive me, Don Yarndahl, we're going to get to yours in a second. I just don't want to, see what I can do here. We'll get to, I use different browsers for different accounts. So when we get to Tuber Chat here, this is what it would look like for you when you're looking at a channel that for which you're not logged in, I believe. When we click on the three dots here, when we're on a computer, we can go to View Lists. And what you're going to see is that there is a list here called Tuber Chat Stars. When we click on that, these are all people who have shared for us or tweeted or retweeted for Tuber Chat. So if I go to my notifications, it's going to show me all my different notifications. But for instance, Infinite Wellness, that's Charlene Heal. John Shelton is there retweeting for us. John Shelton does it all the time. If I look for some more retweets here, Infinite Wellness, Scratch and Pete PA's liking the stuff, of course, right? More ridiculous notifications. But when you get to that list, you can look at the members of the list, and that shows you people who are in Tuber Chat's family, also on Twitter, and have shared or retweeted for us, which means that they might be willing to do the same thing for you. So this is just an idea, but if you are somebody who is willing to share or retweet for people on Twitter, you will find friends you can share with, and I think there's over 150 people there. It could be much more. I didn't look at the number. Don Yarndahl is up right now, and this creator is officially on the road to 1K and getting pretty close. She's at 971, so we'd love to push her towards that 1,000. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. So since she has passed 900, she's officially on the road to 1K. One of the other things I want to mention just before I talk about her content here is that I added a couple of names onto the wheel from our chat list, and today is a perfect example of how the wheel now is working a little bit differently, because you don't have to be here from the beginning of the stream for 3 whole hours to get onto the wheel or the screen. Marketplace Boutique, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, and Trina's Motivation have all been added to the wheel. They've all been here about an hour, if I'm right. But so active in the chat that they managed to move their way up the list. So they're on the wheel right now, and I'll spin again in another moment. I'll get some more names on the wheel when we need them. So Don Yarndahl, you can see right here, is a very dynamic creator. I see this creator collaborating with others all the time, as a matter of fact. Lots of live streams and a lot of yarn, by the way. When we look at her About page, we see a crochet supporter who enjoys participating in live streams. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see that this monetized creator, by the way, has gotten into a few of these, getting into 800, 900 views and 1,000 views. So I'll show you something else we've been talking about lately. When we look at shorts videos, somebody mentioned this the other day, forgive me for not remembering who it was, but they talked about the idea of shorts. When you click on the popular tab, why are they not in order? Why do we have 925 for the most popular one? 1,000 for the next most popular one, and then 827 for the next one. It's because one of these is still moving, probably this 1,000 one. So it's already got the view count, but it hasn't moved into the right position yet. So it likely will. Not that that really matters. I'm sure it's not going to drive anybody too crazy. But if you happen to look at somebody's page, or God forbid your own, and see a video out of place, you might have a video that's on the rise. So it might be worth looking at the analytics too, and you might find more excitement there. Dawn Yarndall goes live several times a week. Hopefully everybody will connect with her so you can catch these. I've got notifications on for the next few live streams. One of them's meant to be tonight. I must have made a mistake. On Monday, I thought she was going live right after us, but I must have been mistaken and not read the time right. But I could be wrong. And then today is expected to go live. Now this one, I'm certain, is meant to be right after our music stream. So after Tuber Chat, in another 50 minutes or so, I will start the music stream. We'll do that for an hour. What I'm talking about is all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music. That's available for your videos and live streams. We have a separate channel for that, and then often we stream, usually for about an hour at a time right now, where there's a virtual nightclub going on. We keep connecting with creators the same way we do here in the chat. There's link drops over there and a video game everybody can participate in the chat as well. So hopefully after this, everybody will come in as well. I am Italist One, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. You're testing shorts every day, which is great to see. Is it better to make short videos or shorts? So Anne's Arts and Crafts, to be honest with you, you could do both. But shorts themselves have the ability to get like a winning the lottery aspect to them, if that makes sense. The idea is to, shorts can get a bump of hundreds or even thousands of views sometimes. It's not exactly random, but it seems to be. And then sometimes they even get a second boost. Occasionally, more and more, we're starting to see shorts that are continuing to get views in abundance after the initial pump or two. But we're not 100% certain about how to make that happen, right? Nobody is. It's just based on the algorithm searching, trends, and things like that. If you're going to make a video that's under 60 seconds, me personally, I would think about making it a shorts video, because you have the potential for more views faster and possibly subscribers, especially if that video is related to your long form content. But again, that's, forgive me, because I'm shooting that opinion out into cyberspace here, because it could depend on the channel as well. If you have a channel that does lottery ticket scratching and you're thinking about doing a 1-minute video or doing a shorts video, then I would say, yeah, do it as a shorts if you can. But that might not be appropriate in every single case. So, P&J's Homestead Adventure. On our copyright-free music channel, you will find a song called Bliss. That's the song that we use. And you'll notice the intro music, the middle of the stream music, and the ending music are slightly different because there are 2 separate remixes of the original song. So there's 3 versions of Bliss, and I believe they're on the first 3 EP albums that are on the channel. But you'll find those when you get there. Let's spin the wheel prematurely here. Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen. Hopefully my answer was somewhat helpful. It didn't sound like it to me, but that was an idea. I'm kind of talking while I'm thinking here, right? So it's just an idea more than anything else. And then, yes, Carolyn Lopez. It could be helpful to use shorts in that way. I have personally, after all this time, I still haven't had great success. I think my biggest shorts video, I've done about 60 of them. My biggest shorts videos got 3,000 views, I think. But we've got creators here that are into literally like tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. The Numismaniac, all you missed today was a bunch of story time. We've been talking about a few things. Actually, I answered a couple of questions about watch hours, shorts, and things like that, swapping playlists and that at the beginning of the stream. I never want to recommend anybody go back and watch like an entire 3-hour episode of Tuber Chat, but in the beginning of the streams now, I often have a chance to address questions, so it might be worth skimming over, let's say the first 15 minutes to half hour, just to see if there's something there. If you notice a channel on the screen too long, it means I got into story mode. Once in a while I talk about other things, like we just went through a Twitter thing earlier. I showed something about TubeBuddy earlier, but I hope to sprinkle a little bit more of that throughout our streams. The Numismaniac, thank you for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. The Numismaniac has done that kind of thing many times before. Trina's Motivation is coming up next, but I'm going to put the Numismaniac on the wheel right away because of that generous contribution. And we'll get back to spinning soon. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch picked up that gifted membership, so I'm sure Susan will be happy for that. So thank you for that, the Numismaniac. That's a fellow Canadian who talks to us about numismatic collectible coins and other collectibles. Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen right now. Trina's Motivation will be up next, and we'll get some names onto the wheel as we need them. Rushing Wind Mountain is working on 1,800 subscribers. The latest video's got a lot of snowfall there, and I was joking with them about having to pull the shovel out after that. Let's take a look at their latest video. They just put this out yesterday, as a matter of fact. I'll put that in a special playlist I have that helps me keep caught up with other creators. They bring nature and wildlife videos, looking for peaceful, relaxing, and calming types of videos. But if you dig through the shorts, especially the wildlife videos, you might find some humorous moments. These have gotten into 5,000, even 6,000 views. Rushing Wind Mountain is from the Pacific Northwest. They did a live stream a couple of days ago as well, which I was lucky to catch, and hopefully they'll keep those up. We got notification bells on for every channel, of course, and Rushing Wind Mountain is here every day, so for that I'm grateful. Trina's Motivation, I already spun the wheel. We'll put that channel up on the screen right now. We'll clean the wheel up, and like I said, we'll add some more names as we need them. Trina's Motivation is somebody who wants to inspire us in a spiritual way more than anything else, working on 1,700 subscribers right now. I'm far behind here, so what I'm going to do is take your latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with you a little bit. Trina's Motivation's actually been a friend of a long time. I'm thinking a couple of years, as a matter of fact. And then forgive me if I'm wrong, it could be even longer than that. Shorts videos on this channel have gotten into 10,000 views, a couple of them, which is great. And then thousands of views all the way up, including live streams on this channel as well, which are frequent almost every day. So I just caught them a week and a half ago. Yeah, so I've caught you for live streams, just I'm behind in your videos. But Trina's Motivation, like I said, is a long time friend. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. Derpy Playground, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, one of the reasons I like putting channels on the screen here is that I get to know the channels over time. But hopefully you hear, especially for anybody that hasn't been to Tuber Chat many times yet, hopefully you hear that the stories get better over time as I get to know creators like Susan from the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. This is somebody who's here with us frequently. She's been a friend of what I think might be getting on 2 years now as well, certainly a year and a half. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch is somebody who also wants to inspire us in a spiritual way in between the homesteading content that she brings, and is very conscious about the idea of saving money in a lot of different ways. I saw her decorate the Christmas tree in a video just from a few weeks ago, and it was a wonderful video to have caught. I think Scratch and Pete was there for that premiere as well. And that particular video, she went through a lot of different decorations that she was putting on the tree and the different meaning that they have, because they've been either given by friends or made by themselves or others, or found in places that allow stories to be told to go along with them as well. And I love that idea. You know, the idea, I happen to celebrate Christmas as well, but the idea of having Christmas ornaments that have meaning was something that my parents did as well. To be honest with you, when I see a Christmas tree and it's got like all silver and gold bulbs on it and stuff like that, I like that look. I like that beautiful, clean, modern, shiny look. But I also know that growing up, we had Christmas trees, and there were lots of ornaments on the trees that had meaning. They were made by other members of our family. My aunts or grandmother would make things to go on the tree, or they were things that were given to us. Like my sister and I at a very young age would be given our own ornament to put on the tree. Kristen and I, in the first year we were dating, 7 years ago now, or just beyond 8 years ago, you know, we celebrated our first Christmas. We have a special ornament that always goes on the tree to celebrate that. The moderators here on this channel now have ornaments for their channels that were made by one of our moderators. Some of you know Corinne's Life. She's a dear friend of all of ours, and she produces merchandise, so she was able to do that. I know we got lots of friends that print, like, you know, mugs and shirts and hats and all kinds of stuff as well, but these are examples. So let me just take the latest video from the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'll put that in my catch-up list. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch brings a mix of mostly indoor and a little bit of outdoor content as well. This is Susan, of course, and this creator as well will help us with cooking and ideas for the home. Like I said, some saving money ideas. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 700 and 800 views and beyond. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's live every single Wednesday. Again, I'm so sorry I missed this morning. I'm shocked that I missed it, because I was in and around the computer and I thought I should have caught that. But she does a live stream. She mixes things up a little bit, but often we'll talk about newsworthy topics where we have a platform we can discuss those things. It's tough sometimes to stay within the community guidelines. Even I got a strike on my personal channel. I had to do the training, and that'll be off in February, but we have to be careful about some of the things we say. I think everybody will agree that we all understand YouTube is absolutely not a free speech platform. Free speech has different meanings to different people. So sometimes we have to watch it. But the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch will give us a chance to have meaningful conversation on her channel, for which I'm grateful. She'll introduce us to other creators as well. She's brought up a lot of StreamYard panelists. She'll inspire us with devotionals, and she'll bring us some inspiring music as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. She just crossed 1,400 subscribers. We'd love to push her towards the 1,500 she's now going to be thinking about. I'm just going to spin the wheel. The Numismaniac is coming up right now. They gifted a membership earlier, which happened to be picked up by the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. So a little bit of irony going on with the wheel today. The Numismaniac is another fellow Canadian, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and they're going to talk to us about numismatic collectible coins, precious metals, and other collectible objects. They are working on 900 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Hannah Rebecca, I hope I said hello to you earlier. I know you've been here for a while. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And right before I talk about this creator's content, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then this is really cool. The Numismaniac says every member of their family added a new Christmas ornament each year based on their interests. When their children moved out and started their own tree, they took all but one of their baubles. So that's interesting, and it's wonderful. I find it heartwarming. I am a crybaby. I get choked up at everything. People have even seen it here in Tuber Chat. I've gotten better over the years, especially when we hear about negativity and things like that. But, you know, I get choked up for all those things. My heart is as warm as anybody else's when it comes to family stories and meaningful things that happen between each other, traditions that are carried on. I love all that stuff as well. So the Numismaniac, like I said, is going to talk to us about numismatic collectible coins, precious metals, other collectibles. And they're known as the Skipper when we get to their channel, as a matter of fact. I'm just going to grab, not their latest video, but the one before that, just because it's a few minutes longer. And I'll put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up a little bit. I've caught this creator many times for live streams. They got some shorts here as well. These have now gotten into over 700 views. One of them still getting a few views because it was at 1,500 for a while. It's now crossed over 1,600, which is great to see. Live streams, they often have StreamYard panelists talking about all sorts of collectible ideas. The conversation could go anywhere once it starts, but you see the Skipper there, and hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. They are an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and a fellow Canadian, like I said. Let's spin the wheel. It's time for me to get some names on the wheel. I'll do that right this second. Thank you, Regional Sky Girl. I really do appreciate your time. Regional Sky Girls all over the place. Marketplace Boutique is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. She is out supporting creators like crazy. It seems to me every time I'm out supporting somebody, I'm running into her. Today I was watching a video. I caught her comment. And it's funny because sometimes you don't see people connecting, right? I miss a lot that goes on in the chat, probably most of it. But when I look at the chat, you know, I see the friendships that go on between people. I'm always happy to support others, and when I get into a premiere or live stream, I love watching inside jokes between people and references, knowing that they have a friendship that's building up. Marketplace Boutique has got this going on. They're connecting with people I didn't realize they'd connected with, which is great. Ron's Keto Cafe, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Derpy Playground is talking about those duck races. Those are somewhat popular as well, like the wheel that I use here. The duck races are something people use a lot of times for giveaways and stuff. They could be fun. You'll have to find that on one of the channels to see what I'm talking about, but you'll know what I mean after you see it the first time. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, yes. Well, you'll know if you get a strike, that's for sure. But basically what I'm talking about without getting too detailed about it, we would like to think that the world has free speech. But it is very possible to get a strike for saying something that goes against the narrative in which YouTube has decided to take sides. So an example is the strike that I got on my personal channel was because of something somebody said in a speech when I was at a political rally, which I had done many times before. This caused me to take all of that content off my YouTube channel, which is unfortunate, of course. Now I'll go put it on Rumble, but still, so I had to take all that stuff off, and then now I have to be very aware of the idea that YouTube, like any other of the big social media platforms, which we could otherwise maybe argue that Twitter is not quite as much now, but they absolutely take sides when it comes to political issues and things like that. So we have to be careful. If we say things that they do not want us to say, then we can find ourselves in trouble, and we don't want that. So that's just an idea. Yes, our Georgia Suburban Homestead, you are responsible for the content you put on your channel. Very much like if you let somebody drive your car and God forbid they get into some kind of an accident, you are responsible right? We could argue that all day and night, and whether it's fair, it certainly is not. But, you know, as we know, life is not fair as well. So you are responsible for what you record and what you post. And even though it's almost impossible to control, you have to be aware of that. And so I don't want to recommend to anybody to chase political content. I gained thousands of subscribers. Now, the truth of the matter is they're never coming back because they're news chasers. So I have a channel now that's got 9,000 subscribers, but I'd be shocked if 3,000 of them were to care about the content I put out all the time. So I'm in a bit of a pickle there. But things still grow. My latest videos are the ones that are doing better, so it's not that terrible. But these are just idea. And so they have taken a stance about coarse language over the last long while. For instance, if you swear within the first 8 seconds of a video, that video may not be monetized. They might stop that. They put that out as a notice, like very specifically. I think they were after gaming channels. But, you know, like, if you are the kind of person who uses a lot of coarse language on your YouTube channel, you might have seen, or you don't have to be, but if you've seen somebody who does, you might know that we have different introductions for people. Somebody like me might say, hello, ladies and gentlemen, or welcome, friends, and things like that. But there are a lot of other colorful and vibrant terms we can use to welcome even our friends. But YouTube is trying to take a stance against that because they know that there are a lot of people, particularly younger people, I imagine, that will be attracted to content because of the coarse language. And to be fully transparent, I, at a very young age, was one of those people. I used to buy a lot of cassette tapes and things like that when that was a thing. Vinyl records came after for me. But when I was 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, I think 11 years old, I bought my first cassette tape, maybe 10 years old. And it wasn't too long after that I started getting a couple of things in my collection that had a bit of language that would have me keeping the volume way, way, way down. My parents knew what I was doing, and they didn't really give me trouble for it, but they did not want me to share that with any of my younger friends or things. So these are examples of ideas because it's, you know, younger people are more impressionable in a lot of people's opinions, let's just say. And so YouTube wants to give the impression that they're doing as much as they can to protect the younger audience is probably the best way I can say that, at least following my own opinion. Yeah, there's lots of people that, well, anybody can curse. Anybody, like, you can, but YouTube also lets us know that they may suppress your content if you do. So if you are somebody who is going to curse excessively, you might find that you have a harder time getting your content out there because YouTube does not want to promote that over what they might consider cleaner content. I'm not even saying I'm right. This is a perfect example of something where I might sound like I think I know what I'm talking about. Most of what I'm saying is opinion. With the exception, YouTube has let us know, and you can search it on Google, you'll find it, but YouTube has let us know excessive cursing can result in suppression of views and exposure for your content. Cursing within the first 8 seconds, I think it is, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, was something they just came out with a few months ago or a year ago. And they said, if you curse within the first 8 seconds of a video, we will or may demonetize that video. So that's just an idea. Yes, and I have accidentally slipped a couple of times. Once here in Tuber Chat, which I was able to get to the video and delete it after, so it's like it never happened. That was when the internet was giving us a lot of trouble, and that's my excuse. But I try not to do that kind of thing excessively in life, never mind on YouTube. But I used to work in radio, so I'm able to kind of keep that stuff to a minimum for the most part, but I've slipped on other channels. I'm sure Scratch and PPA's heard me a couple of times saying things I wish I didn't say. Not out of anger. probably out of excitement or slight misery, something not doing what I wanted to do, kind of thing. I tend to speak to inanimate objects when they don't perform the way I want them to. And then Outgoing Azzy, are you monetized now? Is that what you're telling me? That's excellent. Excellent. Outgoing Azzy is an extremely outgoing creator and monetized now. So we're all very excited for him. I was lucky enough to be with Outgoing Azzy for his very first live stream. He doesn't do live streams lately, but he does collaborate with a lot of different people. Oh, really? News director at a news talk station, our Georgia Suburban Homestead. I didn't know that before. I was a DJ and a commercial producer. So I would work in bars and nightclubs and stuff, and we'd do those like live broadcasts and things. And I did a lot of like mix shows that you expect from DJs and things. Not an announcer, but a DJ. And then my job was to put commercials together. And then that's possible too. Yes, Jesse Miller unboxings and more. Advertisers may not want their advertisements put alongside content that contradicts their internal beliefs or what they have us believe their internal beliefs are. Marketplace Boutique is up on the screen right now. I'm going to get another couple of names onto the wheel in another moment here. Marketplace Boutique is going to help us. They've crossed 500 subscribers now, by the way. This creator, ever since coming into the Tuber Chat family, I see them more and more supporting others. I'm always happy to catch that by accident as well. I just caught them for a premiere again. What this creator is going to do on their channel more than anything else is give us the ins and outs of selling, buying and selling on online platforms like eBay. They get into some of the things like listing, and especially one of their latest videos, packing and shipping, which I've also done, part of my full-time job, and I do a tiny sliver for myself, some eBay stuff. I have probably listed a couple thousand things and shipped over 1,000 packages over the years. But this creator gets into the real heart of how we're going to find things to sell. The latest video that I watched, not the premiere, but this one here, was cool because they got a collection of different things all at once that they will likely be able to piece off one at a time. So you can imagine, like in this case, forgive me if I'm describing it wrong, but a box of jewelry. Right? So there could be, 50 different things in there, 30, 40, 50 different things. They can now sell each individual thing and probably come out way ahead while still giving people good deals on the things that they're selling. So this is where the magic comes in on Marketplace Boutique. This is a creator that has been in e-commerce since 1998. They let us know that on their About page. They were looking for a career change. And this is what they bring us now on their YouTube channel. So 4,000, 8,000, 12,000 views on their shorts. And like a lot of creators in the Tuber Chat family, we see variety in the shorts, regardless of the niche of the channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique. We'll push them a little bit farther towards the 600 subscribers they're now going to be thinking about. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, Mr. Customer Service. Yes, the Stock Explorer says Chocolate Drop. Chocolate Drop says that, I'm sure, because of my voice and speaking style, if we want to call it that. I'll tell you what, let's go for 3.5 minutes for the last time. We'll get the music stream going in about 20 minutes from now. We'll stay for almost a half an hour. The Stock Explorer will come up in 3.5 minutes. I'll get some names onto the wheel. I just need one more second here and then we'll get back to what we're doing. I got the Stock Explorer on the screen. I'll turn the camera on in a second here. And Outgoing Azzy is as outgoing as ever. TCG fam, thanks for coming through and letting us know what's going on. Great to hear that things went well for you. And then when we look at what I've done with the wheel, I've added Anne's Arts and Crafts, Hannah Rebecca, and Derpy Playground. Forgive me, Hannah Rebecca probably should have been on a few minutes earlier. The Stock Explorer is on there right now. This is a beloved and dedicated member and moderator. And every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when we visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, we are welcome to meet more friends and family members for our own channels in the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. So the Stock Explorer actually streams frequently. They're on a couple of times a week as a minimum. They stream whenever they can. They often collaborate with other creators. What they intend to do on their channel is bring us the stock markets and occasionally crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They do that through everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading and NFTs. They bring us video shorts and live streams, and they often have product in hand. So they talk about details when it comes to stocks. I've seen this creator go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from the company, and then unbox it on a live stream. They also happen to be monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we dig through their content, we get an idea of some of the different products and stocks that they're talking about. Shorts on the channel bring pure variety, like we see from a lot of creators. And the Stock Explorer has gotten into over 3,000, almost 4,000 views on these shorts. One of them is still moving. This is an example of a shorts video that got its couple of pumps of views, I believe, but is still continuing to grow faster than the typical shorts video at 8,500 now, which is great to see. So we'll keep our eye on that. Live streams come up frequently. So they streamed yesterday. I missed that one. I was there the other day. Stock Explorer is on usually at least 3 times a week, it seems to me. They mix up the days and times as well. They stream when they can. Stock Explorer is a hard worker. This is Nora, by the way. When you hear people mention the idea of Nora in the chat, this is who they're talking about. Now, the Stock Explorer can bring us charts and graphs when they're talking about stocks or crypto. And sometimes it's friendly conversation. They do a lot of StreamYard panels, so much so I actually join them on their channel for a 2-hour live stream where we were talking about YouTube, which I was grateful for as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nora, the Stock Explorer. Lately they've been doing a lot of scratch battles with other creators, bringing out lottery scratch tickets and connecting with other creators for that reason. They also do product reviews and unboxings, sometimes during the live streams, as a matter of fact, as well. So one of the things I want to show you, though, is Nora has also got a second channel called Tropical Buzz. This is where this creator expects to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They happen to be in Florida, and they're working on 300 subscribers right now. Hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. It's been a while since they posted, but we'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got notification bells on as well for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can. And then let's spin the wheel. Anne's Art and Crafts is here. I believe this is the first time we're going to look at this channel. And I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is dig through their videos, see if I can find something that I can connect with. And I usually look for something a little bit longer than the 3 minutes we're usually talking about. So 5 minutes is okay. Anything over 3 minutes is fine. We always look for 3-minute videos as a minimum. But I'm going to dig through here a little bit, see if I can find anything longer. I think that 5-minute one's the one I'm going to connect with. So I'll put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaning meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So let's spin the wheel. Nice to see they got one shorts video with 10,000 already. That's wonderful. 5,000, 10,000. And then Hannah Rebecca is coming up right now. Like I said, I think this channel is a little bit overdue for being on the wheel, but let's get them on there now and see what they've been up to. I'm going to get the music stream rolling in the background here, and then we'll hop over there for an hour. I hope everybody can join us. That is a channel that we have where all of the same music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. When we stream over there, we're usually on for about an hour. There's a virtual nightclub going on, a video game happening that everybody can participate in with the chat, and link drops over there as well. So Hannah Rebecca is a brand new channel in the Tuber Chat family, and somebody I'm just getting to know. They're getting close to 1,500 subscribers already. They're bringing us vlogs. I just caught another one. They actually did a few things, including going to a concert, if I understood that right. But they put together some lengthy vlogs, which is really cool, and it gives us a chance to get to know her quickly. So Hannah Rebecca's been here, I believe, every day since finding us. They've been here several times now, and we'd love to push them towards that 1,500 that they're thinking about. So I'm just digging through their videos for a quick second. I see a reaction video there, mostly weekly vlogs, travel vlogs, which is great. And then I'll look forward to getting to know more about the channel. It looks like they're going to start posting shorts as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator, and I see they've been extremely active in the chat, getting to know other creators, which is great to see. So I'm looking forward to more from your channel, but I think you're on to something. I think you're doing a great job with your vlogs. Lots of content. That one that I just watched today was, yeah, 43 minutes long. Derpy Playground is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. We got time for another couple of channels, so I'll see what I can do about that. If there's anybody in the chat listening or watching that hasn't already been on the screen, I'll get Outgoing Azzy on the wheel right now. Oh, Conscious Business Services and Opportunities. We'll put Outgoing Azzy and Charlene Heal. Charlene Heal probably could have been on earlier as well. When creators have more than one channel, they might be here in the chat, but the time gets split between the two different channels, and the robot doesn't account for that. The robot doesn't know that there's more than one. Pardon me while I'm just working on the music stream in the background here. There it goes. Derpy Playground is here. There's that duck race that they were talking about. So some of you will have seen this before, and it's a thing where everybody can participate in the chat, and then they a lot of people use these for giveaways, but sometimes it's just for fun. I'm just going to take one of their I'll take this duck race video. It's shoutouts. So I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. Now, this creator lets us know on their About page they're a junior high student that likes creating a variety of content, including gaming, simulations, building, and sinking cardboard ships like the Titanic. They've been with us a long time now, and here with us frequently as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy the variety that they're posting. They got some shorts here as well, and some of these have done extremely well. 4,000, 8,000, one of them at 44,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams as well. They've done a couple of these. They did one again a few days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these soon. I've got the notification bell on, of course. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a moment. And let me open another window over here. Let me drop the link for this as well. I'll pin this link in a second so that everybody can get over to the music channel whenever you'd like. But we'll raid together, and I'll set the live redirect when we go into our exit screen. There's a couple people over there already. Scratch and PPA, thank you, of course. Cool Gamers in there. Charlene Heel is coming up right now. She's got 2 different channels. We'll see what she's got going on with these. Charlene Heel is going to bring us, wellness coaching. Yes, she's got a couple of other things that are complimentary on her second channel as well. Charlene Heel's working on 1,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. Thank you, our Georgia Suburban Homestead. And then Charlene Heel, of course, is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we dig through her content, we find positive, motivating content, often with positive affirmations as well. She's got some shorts on the channel, and these have started to move into 2,000 views and far beyond. Then when we get into live streams, we see she's on almost every single day, sometimes simulcasting from her second channel. I'll get to it from her front page. She's got a few actually, but I'll get to the other one here. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities. Now, this is a channel that brings wealth, spirituality, and entrepreneurship. She's got 983 subscribers here, so closing in on that 1,000. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit closer. Thanks, Derpy Playground, for heading into the music channel as well. Chocolate Drop, thank you for being here. I know somebody mentioned you were there earlier. I think the Stock Explorer said Mr. Customer Service, right? Conscious Business Services and Opportunities is bringing us complimentary content to what we saw from Charlene Heel. This is the creator right here. She often collaborates with other creators and simulcast those live streams that we've seen. She's got some shorts here that have gotten into 3,000, even 5,000 views. And then there's the live streams over there. She sometimes simulcasts, but she also collaborates with other creators. Our dear friend Angel Light Over Darkness 33 is there with her a couple times lately, and I think Charlene Heel is streaming on both channels every day. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. We're spinning really just for fun right now. We'll look at Outgoing Azzy. This channel is now officially monetized. Thank you, Just Jason Keto and more, for hopping in on the music channel as well. I'll drop the link again in another moment here, and then hopefully everyone will remember our thumbs up on the way out here, thumbs up on the way in over there. We'll leave that going for an hour. And we're working on watch hours over there as well. So I'm aggressively swapping playlists with creators again. I always do it anyway, but now I'm actually like kind of working on it. So if anybody wants a swap, you can reach out to me on Instagram and we'll set that up. Outgoing Azzy, trying Thai food for the first time ever. I'm just going to take your latest video, put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with that video. I asked you in the chat, but I didn't look for a response, so forgive me. I do that to people all the time. Outgoing Azzy, just please let me know if you're going to do an monetization stream, because lots of creators here in the Tuber Chat family do a live stream called a monetization celebration, and it basically gives all of your friends the opportunity to have a time to come and celebrate your monetization with you, right? As a note for anybody here listening still, if you have a special occasion coming up, like a monetization celebration or a birthday or a heavy milestone, please make sure that I know. Like I said, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. I try to make sure I'm in everybody's monetization celebration, regardless of where I am or what I'm doing. Now, Outgoing Azzy, I've taken one of your videos and put it in my catch-up list for now. I'm just going to look at your shorts videos. This obviously is an outgoing creator. He collaborates with a lot of different people, gets a lot of people involved in his videos. 17,000, 32,000, 34,000 in some of the shorts, which is great to see, and live streams are something he's done in the past, so that's why I ask if he's going to do that now. Jonathan Sturgill, usually I would spin the wheel, but I'll get that channel right onto the screen for now. This creator brings us music along with musical gear, reviews, comparisons, and even more. This creator is monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. It's great to see them motivating and inspiring others, because I happened to watch this video and comment on it, and I mentioned the idea that I wish I learned to play guitar. It was something a couple of people have tried to teach me in the past, and I never did learn, and I moved on to other things. But now, I wish that I had. Of course, there's always time. Never too young to start learning something new. Playing a musical instrument, people work on those for years and years and years. But it's just great to see this creator coming back with motivation and inspiration. So as well, shorts on the channel have gotten into 800 views and beyond, so that will likely continue. And Jonathan Sturgill is here with us frequently, just about every single live stream. So thanks everyone for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day or for hours at a time, so I do appreciate every minute. And thank you to those of you running the stream in the background. I know we got a few friends that do that as well. We are back on Sunday this week, a couple of extra days. We expect to stream Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, but I'll post in advance to make sure that we got those notices up and everybody can plan if they need to. So thanks again everyone for the time that you spent. I hope you'll come over to the music channel. We'll hang out for another hour, and there are link drops over there, lots of people to connect with as well. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.